Welcome to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Kristina Ping. She is CEO of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. To our viewers at home, this is a very special episode today. I want you to grab a cup of coffee and lean in. We are celebrating the 100th episode of Your Powerful Legacy TV with Kristina Ping. And we started so many years ago, and this is such an important milestone. This is happy 100th. Today's show is going to be all about financial fundamentals for all ages. But please, at home, join me in congratulating Kristina on her 100th episode.
Thank you so much. Yay! This is so great.
This is fantastic because I remember way back when we first started, our very first episode together, and I've had the honor, the privilege, and the blessing of not only being one of your best friends, but watching your career just grow exponentially since the very first episode to where we are today. Everyone loves you. Everyone can't wait to meet you. They can't wait to be in one of your seminars. Kristina, today is all about you. I hate to put you on the spot, but congratulations.
Thank you. The best part, when I think about from episodes 1 to 100, my love for you, my dear soul sister, has just gotten so much more and more. You're so amazing and such a blessing in my life, and I thank you for being here with me through all of this.
I feel the same way about you.
It's great.
We are just like one brain, one person. So thank you for sharing your life with me. I truly am I'm so honored. I'm so honored. Thank you.
Same.
Yay. So this is a fun show. You actually came up with financial fundamentals for all ages. So for all ages viewers at home, these fundamentals apply to you. You're passionate about financial planning. Talk to the viewers at home just for a little bit, if you could, why that is exactly. Why are we here on this 100th episode? What makes you Kristina?
When I think about how things have changed through the years, it makes me think about how can I change for you? What can I do in service to help others? What can we do to make sure that everything's going to be okay no matter what comes? Because that's the reason why all of this started. Powerful Legacy is not just my legacy with my son's grandson, however that ends up going in the future, but my grandparents encouraged me to go down this path, and they lost so much back in 2008, 2009. And I think about how devastating it was, and they didn't get to retire how and when they wanted to. And my grandfather ended up having a pretty major stroke and didn't enjoy the rest of his life the way he had planned. And so watching those challenges in my own family with people that I just love the very most, to applying that to every single day, how can we help you? If there's a way that we can be proactive and we can make sure that everything's going to be okay financially, it's going to get you through those other more difficult times. And we just start off every single day the same way that I start off every day. We pray about it. It's that simple.
Yes. Every client that comes in, I know that you sit with them and you prayerfully make decisions together.
We do.
You guide them, but you also take a moment to really bless them with your time, if you will, and it's always prayerfully done. One of the things that you talk about so often, and I think this is amazing, is obviously spend less than you earn. That's fantastic. My parents raised me that way, so I'm glad that you're bringing this up today.
When you have a relationship with money that you realize you're having a little bit of a struggle, one of the main fundamentals that you can have is just to simply spend less than what it is that you're earning. If you're not able to do that, you've got to make those lifestyle changes to make sure that you are. Whether it be get another job so you can keep pace, or lessen whatever it is that you're paying into. I understand a lot of these things creep up on you. We've had a lot of inflationary changes. We've had a lot of medical changes, but don't let your lifestyle harm your future. Spending less than what you earn, I mean, as simple as it sounds, that's going to be a great foundation for financial health.
Kristina, what about building an emergency fund? That's an important one. A lot of people don't know the importance of having that, just in case you lose your job or something happens in your life or you need to pull from something that's liquid. Why is it important to have an emergency fund?
Well, what is an emergency, first off? If it's something that needs to be maintained, that's not an emergency. You should see that coming, and that's just an ever so simple thing that comes along that you know is going to be an expense. Like, you have to service your automobile, right? Mm-hmm. And you know that it's going to have brakes and whatnot, but a transmission failure when the automobile is still newer, that's an emergency. That's not something that's normal. That shouldn't happen.
It's true.
But they do. Those things happen all the time. And in the season major changes, like from fall to winter and then from spring to summer, it seems like roofs and HVACs act a fool.
That is true.
Then we have the curse of the appliances when people retire. I had a client tell me one time, well, I'm just using my dishwasher more because I'm home and we're cooking more, and my washing machine, and I'm like, what? Because those things just decide to go awry. I mean, I'm just going to be a little bit on the personal side. I don't think they make things as good as they used to.
That is very true, and I agree with you on that.
My very first washer and dryer was this old Maytag set, and I was in college, and it was bought, it was almost 10 years old when I bought it, so it was used, and then used it for another 20. It was fantastic.
Yes.
And finally, when it kicked the bucket, it was just really over with. Well, there have been a couple more since then because they just don't last like they used to. So that kind of induces me to have that conversation about what's an emergency, what should be something that you're planning for with maintenance.
Okay, and what about having an amount? Would you recommend like 3 to 6 months set aside, 9 months, a year? What are your thoughts?
Emergency, I think that $10,000 can cover most major emergencies, if you will. So like if you did have a severe storm or an accident or something took place. Now, some of those things that will need maintained as your systems get older at home or whatnot, you want to make sure that you have a little bit more money because those HVACs can be $15,000, $20,000.
Yes.
That's where we would have to have a little bit more. But we do want to try and see at least 3 to 6 months accessibility to your overall needs, those expenses, because what if the emergency is while you're still working? What if you have to replace your income for a handful of months because you're in between employment? That's where that emergency fund, that cushion, will come into play for you and give you just a little bit less stress as you're going through that life transition.
And this next one, Kristina, I think we've all learned a lesson with this from one time or another, but use credit wisely. That's important to talk about.
Credit is a relationship, but unfortunately, credit is like a score of how you use credit. So you have to use credit to be able to have a credit score.
That's true.
And one of the best things that you need to think about is, how can we win a game? We want to pay the lowest amount of interest, and we want to have the best benefits or the lowest amount of premium, because your credit will also affect your home and your auto insurance rates. This is huge. So making sure that you keep that credit in good shape, tip-top, pay your bills on time, do the right thing. And one of the better things that you can do, I know you've got a lot of motivational speakers out there that tell you don't use a credit card, pay cash only, la, 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 la. They are wrong. You need your credit to be active. Yes. So charge everything on a credit card monthly and then turn around and pay it off before you're paying that interest. That also helps you track expenses easily in one place.
I love that. Well, Kristina, again, we're on your very 100th episode, this very special episode, but you, the generous, wonderful person that you are, you have set aside some spots for new folks that are coming in this week to meet with you one-on-one. Talk about what you have today for the viewers at home.
We have folks, when I think about through all of these 100 episodes and what it is that we're simply offering you information. It is such a great pleasure to get to bless you with that information I know you're looking for. We do have a complimentary written financial plan for you. If you need to sit down and talk about this, whether it be taxes, maybe you're talking about your credit, what is your income going to be? What if you're still young, working, and don't know where to start? What if you need to walk into that HR and start your 401k? We're happy to talk to you about anything. And when you come in, come get a complimentary copy of the book, The Retirement Train. This is for you. It's not for sale. We only give this away. Information should be free. Come by and see us. We would love to bless you with that information. Call the number on the screen there, 877-893-5099. You're going to get a human being answer the phone if you're calling during the show. You're not calling Cynthia and I. It's okay. No one's going to, put you on the spot with questions or anything like that.
That's true.
You'll get a person, set an appointment on our calendar. Come in. Let's talk about you.
And I'm so glad that you mentioned the book, because when we come back, I want to talk about how this was a dream when we started together on the first episode. So thank you for bringing that up to the viewers at home. The number to call, 877-893-5099. If you are watching in the viewing audience today and you realize, I do not have a plan for my retirement, I don't even know where to start, this is the perfect opportunity for you to take action today just by calling in to 877-893-5099 or click the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. We're going to take a very short commercial break. When we come back with Kristina, I'm going to talk about the retirement train and how her dream became a reality. Stay tuned.
I have yet to see someone come into my firm that actually has a financial plan. So it is my great pleasure to be able to provide that for them. At Powerful Legacy, a financial plan is inclusive of everything retirement. So Social Security timing, tax planning, obviously legacy planning, Medicare. We want to talk about all of your wills, estates, all these items. I have found that most people will say, oh, I'm going to spend less in retirement than they spend more. So putting that entire plan together was the best way to decumulate those funds where you don't run out. It's a puzzle. It's my favorite thing. I love doing this all day, every day.
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Kristina Ping. She is CEO of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. And if you are just tuning in, today is a very special episode. We are celebrating the 100th episode of Your Powerful Legacy TV. And boy, what a journey it's been, Kristina, so much so that when we first did our very first show together, you looked at me and you said, you know what, I really want to write a book. I have a dream of writing a book, and I have an idea of how I want each station to correlate. I don't want to give too much away, but talk a little bit about the retirement train, how it came to fruition, and how your dream came true.
I was on a beautiful antique train in Juneau, Alaska, and as we were buying the tickets, you had these scenic view, and then you just had a view. And when I got onto the train, and they were like these old wooden pews, very uncomfortable seats. But as we were going up the mountain, it was a gorgeous view, and I had bought the scenic view ticket, and I had this new camera that I had no idea how to use, so I just ended up using my phone. But there was this couple that was to the side and just behind me, one seat, and this lady was fussing at her husband saying, you should have got us the scenic view tickets. This should have happened this way. And, just really giving him a go around. And he just looked at her, he goes, well, there's a lot of things I could have done different. And it made me think, what are some things that we can do different? What life lessons do we have? I've had a lot of life lessons. A lot of lessons that teach you how to make things better. And I'm so very grateful for those, because then it led me to the retirement train. Each chapter, each stop is in a decade or a season of your life. So 0 to 20 would be the very first one, Kidville, and then we're talking about your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, 60s, retirement, and beyond. And it is extremely raw. You will learn a lot about me and the mistakes that have been made, but also how to fix them. What if you started saving too late? What does that look like for you? What if you didn't save enough? What if you ended up financially devastated, whether it be a health situation or a divorce or a death or something major has happened in your life? How do we fix that? How do we move on? A lot of that's inside of the retirement train. Been there. One of my favorite things about having about 2 decades of experience plus in the field is that you know how to fix things, you know how to make it better. And enough experience to be able to help people plan the rest of their lives, but still young enough, oh my goodness, I haven't even caught my stride yet. I got a lot left to go. I won't ever retire, so I hate it that I wrote a book called The Retirement Train, because I won't, because I don't work. I do what I love every single day.
You do.
This is my passion, so
It is.
I'll be on the road program, right? Retired on active duty, so I can go into Powerful Legacy and
Oh, yes, that'll be you.
meet with clients and my boys all the time. And Powerful Legacy's grown so much. Oh my gosh, I just love the environment, love the employees, the staff. It's our huge family. It's so wonderful. And you can tell the moment that you walk in the door how much we really love each other, and we would love to bless you with the same feeling.
And talk about the new location, because the new office is off the charts gorgeous. Talk a little bit about that.
Thank you. Oh my goodness gracious. I am going to toot my own horn here for just a second, toot toot, because this new office is absolutely stunning. It's not like anything else I've ever seen before. The way it smells, the way it feels, the colors, the textures, the way that it is. Come and sit down. It's a completely different environment. Just walk in and have a cup of coffee, and you're going to see very different environment right when you walk in the door. And with the new office, don't worry, it's not far away from the old one. It's in the building next door. We went from 3260 to 3250 in Lexington. Now our Louisville firm is over there off the Watterson Expressway in the DuPont Towers, there by Norton Women and Children's Hospital. So we're by a hospital both ways. It's all good.
I love that. I love that. And I'm so excited to have the retirement train on. And I think one of the most profound things that you just said is when the husband said, there's a lot of things I could have done differently. And your passion for helping others to make sure that they have the retirement of their dreams. You don't want people to have regrets. You want them to have happiness, and you want them to have something to look forward to. So thank you for sharing that with us. So let's talk a little bit about, and you're so passionate about this, I know this about you, save for retirement early. You talk about that quite a bit. You have your boys, they started saving early. Talk about that a little bit.
We do. I'm not just necessarily going to be saving for retirement early, but save. Pay yourself first. You're the one who is earning your paycheck. Put some of that money into savings first. I know how it feels to barely make ends meet. I had a really good long stint there that I was raising my boys on my own, and I did not have enough to even pay the bills or keep food on the table. I had to have some help along the way, and I didn't get a save. So making up for it later, making up for lost ground is really difficult later on down the road. I want you to be kind to yourself, because 1 in 3 people do not have any retirement savings at all. So it's okay, stay calm, let's sit down and talk about this, but it's never too late. It's never too early either. We can start talking about saving when you have a brand new grandie. We do that quite a bit. I love those multi-generational clients. That makes me so excited.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I know you do. Talk a little bit about the importance of understanding taxes before investing, because I know you love to talk about taxes, which people are like, what, she does? But no, you really do. And let's talk about that.
When you think about taxes or you think about investing, where do you learn this, right?
It's true.
It's not just the normal that is inside of school, and everyone has to pay taxes, and taxes are everywhere, so why not? Where is this information? How do we find out what is right for you? Well, I think that's one of the things, is that all the information is different for every single person. That's why it's so difficult to really hone in. So just getting back down to those fundamentals, to the basics. How much do you owe in income tax? What can we do to save for retirement and for the future that would be tax-free down the road? We have a lot of opportunities. Right this moment, the Secure Act 2020 and Secure 2.0 have placed Roth IRAs and Roth investments, Roth 401ks as well, into the spotlight by being able to give you more opportunity to save. Your 529 education plans can now be converted to a Roth IRA. Folks, Roth IRAs grow completely tax-free. You're paying taxes at today's dollars, which is the 3rd lowest tax rate in history, by the way. So paying taxes at today's dollars, it grows completely tax-free, and all the distributions in the future are tax-free. That's amazing.
That is.
So what do we do to get you on that path? We would sit down and have a conversation. How much can I afford to do? And what is going to be the result for me down the road?
I love that. And let's talk a little bit about protecting yourself with insurance. What does that mean exactly? Life insurance, annuities, what are we talking about?
I'm going to give you a staggering observation here, but I was in the life insurance business with Commonwealth and Monumental Life, which became Transamerica, for well over a decade. Great people that I got to meet through the years, and I was a debit service agent, so I used to go around and collect insurance premiums. There were some people that had more insurance on their cell phone than on their life.
Oh, wow.
And this was before GoFundMe became a thing. So what happened to those family members when the unexpected happened and the burden fell back on them? It was really difficult.
Of course.
And I watched that happen quite a bit. Well, insuring yourself, what if the worst comes? The thing that I can think about is, and you'll read about this in the retirement train, I had a major health situation. I had a rupture in my colon and had to have a full resection, and I became septic. I should have lost my life. Most people do not recover and make it through something like that. And just when you think, oh my goodness gracious, I'm gonna be healthy, sometimes you'll battle over and over and over. I would love to sit here and tell you that I am completely healthy. I feel better than I've ever felt in my whole life, but that doesn't keep that twinge in the back of my mind. What if something happened? That's where the insurance comes into play. And with a lot of these life insurance policies, you can actually build in living benefits for you while you're still alive, collecting in critical, chronic, and terminal illness situations, and even long-term care down the road. So having insurance to take care of those problems, if there was an emergency that was to arise, there it is. So even though you have these sunny days, I mean, I feel great, my belly is all wonderful and everything's good, and it's been great for a while. Well, what if the worst happens? What if something comes along? We want to make sure and protect yourself.
Yes, they need to be prepared. Absolutely. Yes. To the viewers at home, this is your chance to be prepared for when the unexpected comes. Book that consultation with Kristina. This is all about your retirement planning. That number to call is 877-893-5099, 877-893-5099, or you can grab your smartphone, click on the QR code that's at the bottom corner of your screen. That'll take you right to the landing page of Your Powerful Legacy, and you can schedule your one-on-one consultation with Kristina, completely complimentary, no obligation whatsoever. We are celebrating her 100th episode for a reason today. People often ask me, is Kristina as approachable and as warm as she is on TV? The answer is 100% yes, and I'll tell you why. She genuinely cares. Don't miss this opportunity. Call in today, 877-893-5099. We'll be right back momentarily.
I've got some big news. The Lexington firm has outgrown Powerful Legacy Suite 100 in the 3260. Don't worry, we're moving right next door to 3250 Blazer Parkway, Suite 100. It's a fantastic, beautiful new office. We can't wait to share this with you. A customer service experience like you've never seen before. Come in and see us. Watch your inbox for your invite to our open house.
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Kristina Ping. She is CEO of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. And once again, if you're just joining us, this is the 100th episode, and we are so thankful to have you with us today. Kristina, your guidance and your wisdom that you've imparted to the viewers at home and every single visitor to your seminar and to the office has been so amazing to watch the journey as we celebrate you today, your 100th episode, this beautiful new office. There's just so many things that we can talk about, and the passion that you have for helping others retire with confidence and clarity is truly second to none. So you deserve all of the accolades today.
Thank you so much. I still can't believe this. This is pretty amazing. And for those who are just tuning in, just getting to know us, I came from absolutely nothing. So being able to have opportunity and hard work meet the road, and this beautiful success is starting to come to fruition, it's pretty amazing. The number one thing about the new office that if I was to say is the most emotional, just I can't believe it is real, is that the buildings that they're in, I actually bought those buildings, and there is a sign on the roadside. A huge sign that says Powerful Legacy. I mean, how do you go from coming out of, poverty-stricken mobile home to where it is today? A lot of hard work, that's the answer. Yes. And continuing to do the right thing, make great decisions, and take good care of others.
Yes.
It really is that simple.
Yes.
I'm nothing special. There's nothing special there.
You are.
No,
I beg to differ. You are something special. You really, truly are. And you
I just love people.
Prayerfully. So thank you so much. I know a lot of people are wondering, okay, what exactly is a holistic retirement plan? What is she talking about? In case someone is just tuning in, what do those pieces and parts look like, Kristina, that develop this beautiful holistic plan for someone? In case they're wondering, what exactly can I expect from Kristina when I come into the office?
Now that we're talking about retirement and in those fundamentals, I want you to sit down and just take a pen to paper, and I want you to create what are those needs that need to be taken care of every month to keep you comfortable. You can call it a budget if you want to. I don't really like the word budget. That doesn't hang out very well with me. Even though I do love to spend money, I am so excellent at saving it and preserving the wealth, and it's wonderful. And when we're talking about budgeting and fixing those needs for your future, we also have to think, well, those needs could inflate or something could go awry, like your health, whatever the situation may be. We do have a new quiz called the Powerful Retirement Quiz. This is kind of like a retirement readiness quiz. It gives you a few little trigger questions to answer and see exactly where you are. It's going to help you see, yay, I can get this information together. I'm going to be able to put these puzzle pieces together, but you don't have to be alone. We're going to be here with you. We're going to make sure that we can give you that information that you're looking for.
Kristina, thank you so much. And also, one of the things that we like to talk about, or you like to talk about, I should say, is money buys freedom, but not happiness. There's a difference. Talk a little bit about that.
Money does not buy happiness in any way whatsoever. Yes. That's it. I mean, does it make your stress a little bit less? Does it give you more freedom? Absolutely. But it doesn't matter how much money that you have. It matters how much money that you're spending. It doesn't matter what you've saved for retirement. It matters what you're spending, and the after-tax dollars at that. So be really careful when you have the conversation with someone about money. A lot of people think, oh, I've saved $1 million. I'm good to go. Well, not necessarily. What if you are still very heavy on the debt and you're worried about paying off a mortgage or maybe automobiles or, some student loan debt? What might that be? Sit down and have a conversation with a professional. We would love to give you a secondary review also. I know a lot of folks are a little bit concerned, hey, I've already retired, I might have an advisor. Do you truly have a holistic plan? Does this include legacy and estate planning, tax planning, the full financial plan, a true holistic plan, your income plan? Do you know exactly what's going to happen if the worst comes along? If you are wondering if some of those things are not in place for you, give us a call. We'd be happy to give you a second opinion. Don't worry, we won't tell your current advisor. That's not the way this works. We're just here to help you and bless you with that information.
And do you think a lot of people are in the viewing audience and they're wondering, should I really get a second opinion? Because we've talked a little bit about the difference in advisors, accumulation versus distribution. Only a minute and a half left, but the importance of working with the right advisor.
Well, this wonderful lady called into our show not too terribly long ago and came in just this last week. And her nephew is her financial advisor. Okay, this is her sister's child. Like, they're very, very close.
Right.
Her and her sister are close, and this is her favorite, by the way. And when she came in, of course, the first thing they tell us, yes, the camera does add about 15 to 20 pounds because everybody walks in, they're like, oh my gosh, you're so little. No, it's just the camera. It's okay. That's the funny part. So here it is, very real. We're the exact same everywhere we go. But she realized very quickly her nephew does not do the same thing as what we do. Advisors are different, just like you have different physicians through your life or different consultants for different parts of your life, perhaps different dentists for different types of dental work in your life. We don't want a podiatrist doing open heart surgery, so we do not want someone who only manages assets taking care of your full retirement plan. Let's sit down and talk about it today.
Kristina, thank you so much to the viewers at home. This is our very special, as you know, 100th episode of Your Powerful Legacy TV. Thank you for being with us today. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Kristina Ping. She is CEO of Powerful Legacy.
Oh my gosh.
Any questions about how to plan your perfect retirement, call in to 877-893-5099 or click the QR code on the bottom of your screen. Be safe, be happy, and be blessed. We'll see you back for episode 101 next week.